All right, let's try a short practice. You can start in seated position on your mat. Okay. Find a way to sit comfortably. If you're not comfortable sitting directly on the floor, you can take a few pillows, cushions, a few books, sit yourself up a little bit higher so that when you take your seated position, you can have a nice long spine. Your legs can relax a bit. And you can start to be aware of the movement of your breath. Okay, I usually suggest taking your hands and placing your hands in a position that's comfortable for you. Not so important what that position is, but you want to set your hands so that you can allow them to be still and not have to fidget. Okay, so you can place the palms of the hands down on the knees. You can turn the palms of the hands face up. You can rest the hands in your lap. You can interlace your fingers, whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay. And when you've found that position, you might gently let the eyes close. If you'd rather keep the eyes open, you can just drop your gaze down to the floor out in front of you and try to relax the focus of your eyes. Let them be nice and still. Okay, so we'll take a few moments here just to be aware of the sensations that we're experiencing. You might be aware of feelings of pressure between yourself and your mat. You might feel your feet pressing into the mat. You might feel your seat pressing into the mat. Okay, if you notice your mind drifting off and being distracted, try to find a specific sensation somewhere in your body and just let your mind rest upon it, listening to that sensation. Okay, so with that stillness of the body, just noticing how the breath works in the body. Ideally, breathing in through the nose. If that's not available, go ahead and breathe through your mouth. But just finding a nice steady breath. Feel the breath enter the body. Notice where it goes. Can you feel the breath in the throat? Can you feel it as it pulls down into the body? Just watching that movement of the inhale and experiencing it fully. Okay. Every time you take an exhale, watch the breath leave the body. Notice the sensations that come along with it. Okay. And once you feel a bit more familiar with your breath, then maybe just gently starting to make the breath a bit more nourishing. Okay? I often take the breath in parts initially. So I'll take a few rounds of breath just focusing on the inhale. Okay, so as you take an inhale, seeing if maybe it would feel a little bit better to be just a bit more expansive with the breath. Breathe so that you can really start to feel it open the body. You might feel it in the rib cage. You might feel the belly start to expand. You might feel it in the lower back. Just taking a few breaths to refine the inhale. And now moving to the other side of the breath, the exhale. Notice how when you exhale, if anything gets in the way of your exhale, if the exhale is choppy, or if the exhale feels a bit more short than it might be. Okay, meaning you might stop your exhale before you've actually completely released the breath. Take a few breaths now. Try to give the exhale a little bit more space, a little bit more time. Watch each exhale. Watch it diminish. Watch the breath taper out until finally it just finds some point of stillness. Okay. One or two more rounds, really focusing on that lengthening of the exhale. Okay. And now that you've connected with both sides of the breath, now watching that full cycle of the breath, okay, following the inhale into the body, expansiveness. Okay. Get a nice smooth transition as the breath comes over and becomes the exhale. Follow the exhale all the way out to that still point at the end of it. If you find some stillness, allow yourself to rest in that stillness. Okay, don't feel like you have to jump into the next breath. Stay in that stillness for as long as it is comfortable. When your body suggests taking the next inhale, go ahead and take the next inhale and follow yourself into that next round of the breath. Okay, just paying nice, perfect, gentle attention to every moment around this cycle of the breath, making any adjustments that might make it feel a little bit more comfortable for you. Okay, and as we finish here, maybe just getting a glimpse of the quality of your awareness, noticing whether the mind has found a bit of ease already in just being open and aware of your experience here, just simply breathing. Okay, from here, if you want to open the eyes, just gently blink the eyes and you can let them come open. If you'd like to keep the eyes closed, that's fine for now too. You might just reach the hands out beside you so you can reach the fingertips into the floor. Maybe just taking a second to press the fingertips into the floor, roll your shoulders back a little bit, take a nice full breath, reach through the crown of your head. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, just sweep the arms up overhead. Okay, drawing length into the upper body, reach through your fingertips. It might feel good to just interlace the fingers up above your head or grab onto the hands and just let yourself find a little bit of intuitive movement, right? You just send your ribs to one side or the other side. You might round forward a little bit, just like you're taking a stretch in the morning and you're just letting the body open up and feel a little bit more spacious. Okay? And then you can come back to center, take another inhale, reach up nice and tall, and then as you exhale, we'll twist to the right. Okay? So rotating to the right, you can drop your hands, you can take your left hand to your right knee, right hand can find either off to the side or back behind. Take another inhale, make sure the spine's nice and long, and then as you exhale, maybe reaching a little bit further into that twist to the right. Okay? As always, with any physical movement that we take here, start small, see how it feels. If everything's feeling okay, then maybe you add a little bit more effort in. But being continually aware, that's what we're practicing, is just this continual awareness. Continual attention to the body. See how it feels. Make any adjustments you need to. Okay, let's take one more complete breath on this side. So you take an inhale to lengthen. And then as you exhale, maybe reach in a little bit further. And then you can release the twist, come back to center. On your next inhale, sweep the arms back up overhead. Find that length. And then as you exhale, we'll twist to the other side this time, twisting to the left. Reach that right hand over to the left knee, left hand either to your side or back behind. Inhale to lengthen. And then as you exhale, continuing the twist to the left. Okay. Be aware of your breath. Notice if you're holding your breath or straining your breath. If that's the case, back off a little bit. Okay, you might kind of massage your way into this twist a little bit, make it a little bit dynamic. As you inhale, maybe you release the twist a little bit. As you exhale, you follow your way around. Okay, one more breath on this side. And then you can carefully Release back to center. Maybe just taking both hands to the knees, round your spine a little bit back. Inhale, you can pull your chest up and through. Just take a few breaths like that, okay? Just to release the spine and come back to center. Okay, and then come back to a nice long spine. You can shift your weight over to the left. Let's sweep the feet back behind us. You can set your hands out in front. And then you can make your way onto hands and knees. Okay, take a second here. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Okay, set your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Knees right underneath the hips. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can tuck the toes back under, and then pressing into the hands, lift the knees and lift the hips, and pressing into the hands, you can start to send the hips up and back, reaching length into your spine, and we come into our downward facing dog. Okay, you might start with a nice deep bend in the knees. If you've got a nice deep bend in the knees, much easier to press into the hands and imagine lifting the hips higher and drawing your belly or your chest back towards your knees. Really drawing that length into the arms and into the spine. Okay, Corey's got this nice long line all the way up. Okay, once you find that length in the upper body, if you wanted to, you might start to straighten out one leg at a time, right? I might straighten my right leg and keep my left knee bent. Then I might switch sides. I might straighten my left leg and then bend my right knee. I can walk out the legs, taking it from side to side. Okay, and then eventually I might find the same length in both legs. Just taking another couple breaths here. Okay, from here, when you're ready, you can bend both knees, gaze forward to your hands, and then maybe just taking little steps to walk the feet up in between the hands. Okay. When your feet get there, let's take an inhale, and we draw up to try to flatten out our backs. Okay, reach through the crown of your head, take your shoulders, roll your shoulders back, pull your chest forward and through. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, you can release down into your forward fold. A couple times like that. Take an inhale up, lengthen, and then as you exhale, fold. Maybe one more time. Take a nice full inhale, draw up and reach. And then as you exhale, you can release into your forward fold. Okay, from here, let's bend into the knees. You can let your arms hang, let your head hang. On your next inhale, press into your feet and just roll your way up through your spine, coming up to stand. When you get there, take a second, roll your shoulders back, reach up through the crown of your head, and take a moment just to observe your breath. Okay, we're had the body in an inverted position, the head below the heart, so give everything a second to settle back out. Okay, so from here, find your mountain pose. Okay, if you need to, you can step towards the front of your mat. Okay, connect through the feet. Lift up the toes, spread out the toes, press into the feet, feel the legs firm up. Lift a little bit more through the center of your chest. Reach through the crown of your head. And then extend out through your arms. Reach through your fingertips. You might rotate the palms forward slightly and feel the shoulders draw back, opening more across the center of your chest. Okay, take a couple of breaths here. Okay, then on your next inhale, we'll make our way into chair pose. Let's do that by sweeping the arms up overhead. We find that length in the body, and then you can just sink into your knees. Okay, find a bend in your knees, keep that length in your upper body, and then if you wanted to, you could start to send your hips back and you can allow your chest to come forward. Okay, follow the movement of your breath. You can keep reaching long through the arms. Alternatively, you can bring the palms of the hands together to the center of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Okay. When you're ready, let's shift the weight over into the left leg. So maybe we start to lift out of that right foot. You can keep the toes to the floor, or you can lift that right foot off the floor altogether. When you're ready, reach that right foot back, find the mat back behind you. Keep your upper body squared to the front. You can drop that heel down, or you can lift that back heel if that's better for your right hip. Okay, and we'll make our way to Warrior One, right? Dropping into that lunge, knee over the ankle, hips, chest, and shoulders squared to the front. You can keep the palms together. You can sweep the arms up overhead, whatever feels good for you. Keep reaching through that back foot. Keep lifting through the chest. Okay. When you're ready, we'll transition to Warrior Two. Okay. So you can square chest and shoulders off to the right. We stay in that same lunge, so keep reaching through the feet. Maybe take a look at that left knee. Make sure it's still in place over the left ankle. Hands to the hips. Roll your shoulders back. When you're ready, inhale. Sweep out through the arms. Reach through the fingertips. And then lastly, if it's okay with your neck, you might rotate the head gaze over the left fingertips. Okay, when you're ready, we'll make our way to Warrior Three. Okay, so let's come back to our Warrior One. You can take that right hand back behind you. Inhale, sweep it forward, square off to the front, and then you can shift your weight forward so that you can come to stand on that front leg. Take a second, steady yourself, reach that right heel back, reach through your fingertips, find that length. Maybe you stay here. If you wanted to, you could hinge at the waist and start to lift that right heel, drop your chest forward. Beautiful. Okay, just as core is doing, reaching nice and long. Perfect. When you're ready to make your way back up, take a nice big inhale, draw back up. You can set that right foot back down on the floor, and then you can rest the palms of the hands back to the center of the chest. Take a couple breaths. Okay. From here, we'll move to the other side. Okay. Same thing. We'll start with chair pose. Inhale, sweep up, find some length, sink into the knees. Maybe send the hips back. Maybe allow the chest to drop forward. Breathe that length into the whole upper body. Okay. When you're ready, from here, shift the weight to the right leg this time. Maybe coming up out of that left foot. When you're ready, you can step that left foot straight back, find the mat, and then draw up to your Warrior One. Okay? Lunging into that front knee, squaring the hips, chest, and shoulders to the front. Nice steady gaze, nice steady breath. When you're ready, transition to Warrior Two. Right? You might take the hands to the hips, square chest and shoulders to the left. When you're ready, take an inhale, float the arms. If it's okay, turning the gaze now over the right fingertips. Okay, Warrior Three. Let's take an inhale. We come back through Warrior One. Sweep that left arm forward. Shift your weight so you can come into that front leg. Reach back through that left heel, forward through your fingertips. Nice steady gaze. Maybe you start to tip. Keep that length. Reach through that back heel. When you're ready to bring it back up, take an inhale. Set that left foot down. Exhale. Release the palms to the heart center. Take a few breaths. Okay, let's take an inhale. Sweep the arms back up overhead. As you exhale, release into your forward fold. Take a breath or two here. Let the head be heavy. Find the fullness of your breath Bend the knees as much as you need to. Start to lengthen that exhale. Okay, on your next exhale, let's bend the knees and we'll make our way down to the floor. Okay. Come back to that comfortable seated position that we started with. Okay, find a place for your hands to rest. Find a nice long spine. Okay, and we'll just take a minute or two of stillness here in our seated position. Okay, being aware of the movement of the breath, giving the body a chance to settle back out after that physical practice. Okay, if the breath still feels a little bit quick, or if it feels a little bit rough, that's perfectly okay. We come back to stillness. We give as much space and as much time as the body needs, as the breath needs, to just settle itself back out and come to center. Okay. Once you feel maybe reconnected with the breath a little bit more, maybe you just very gently start to guide the breath back to something of a more full shape. Nice, regular rhythm. You might start to find that extended exhale again. Okay, let's just take 2 more breaths here. All right. From here, we'll make our way into our final relaxation. We call it Shavasana. So you can just extend your feet out in front. Okay. Make your way down onto your backs. Take a moment and just make sure that you're comfortable. Let everything feel balanced, symmetrical. Okay, reach out through your heels and then let the legs relax. Palms of the hands can face up towards the ceiling, helping the shoulders roll back. Chest is nice and open. Okay, you might do a gentle scan through your body and see if anything's still holding on. Okay, relax the soles of your feet, relax the ankles, relax the knees, relax the thighs, the hips, the lower back. Relaxing the fingers, palms of your hands, up through the wrists and the forearms, upper arms, shoulders. Relaxing the shoulder blades, the muscles in the back of the neck. Relax all the muscles in your face. Notice if you have any tension in your jaw. That's a common place people hold tension. See if you can take a nice long exhale. Relax the jaw, relax your cheeks. Relax your temples. Relax all the muscles around the eyes. Relax your forehead and the crown of the head. Okay, feeling your body fully supported by the floor. Okay, just observing that simple movement of the breath. So maybe reconnecting with your breath by starting to take an inhale that's just a bit more full. Okay, a bit more intentionally pulling the breath into the body. Feel the body start to be a bit more expansive. Feel the sensations that come along with that inhale. And then when you feel ready, you might find just a little bit of movement. Maybe start in the feet, maybe in the hands. And then work your way, little movements back through the arms and through the legs. When you feel ready, you might reach out through the heels. You might sweep the arms either out to the sides or back behind. And just let the movement be a bit more spontaneous. Just let your body find whatever kind of movement it wants. Let the breath take whatever kind of shape it needs. Okay, and then from here, you can draw the knees into the chest, maybe rock a little side to side. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can roll over to one side and then carefully press your way back up to your seated pose. Okay, and then to finish your practice, take a moment. Couple more breaths. Okay. Wish yourself well and wish everybody else well.